going on, everybody, and welcome down to another video. My name is Mitchell Blades Golf. I try to play golf and I film it and sometimes put it on YouTube for your entertainment. Now I've got a really good video for you today, as you can probably tell by the title of this video. The company reached out to me on Instagram about a new app that they're trying to launch. Now it's just a prototype at the minute, but they said, look, check it out, give us some feedback. We're asking people for some feedback. Could you have a look and get back to us? So that's exactly what I did. I had a looked at like the basic concept of the app, and to say it's a prototype, I know exactly what they're trying to do, and I think it's a great idea, a really good idea. Now, before any of this starts, I'm not paid. They haven't paid me to do anything like this. They're just a brand new company trying to get some feedback about an app that they want to launch. It's called the Driving Range App Trainer, and the basic concepts that it feeds you shot types and various different ways to create pressure that you don't usually get on the range. You can play virtual holes, plan your own shots to tackle a certain hole, play challenges on their app. Like, there's so many different challenges that you can play to like make your range sessions and practice sessions more interesting and a little bit harder, like with a little bit of pressure. Now I've had a go with this app and I've picked out my favourite ones, which I'm just going to talk through them and how it works and give you my review and my opinion basically. And what I'm going to do, so this isn't a very long review, is I'm going to pick two of my favourite from the driving range games, and then I'm going to pick two from the virtual courses and warm-ups. So now, as you can see on screen, once you go into the app, you get all of the different games. Every game does something different. It's either fun, challenging, or something like that. Give you really good pressure. Now, my favourites on the driving range games is the Challenge Cup. So as you can see there, it'll tell you to punch under a low branch to a 50-yard mark. So now you've got to either vision a branch in front of you or an obstacle in front of you, or put an obstacle there if you have one around, and hit under there to a 50-yard mark. Now, I think this game for the driving range works best when you're on an actual driving range, you know, where they've got like the different yardages and different like targets and stuff like that. It's a little harder when you're on a range like I am, where it doesn't have any targets, it's just a field. So I would rather go to an actual driving range and go there, because like a 50-yard mark, they have like the different flags. So that would be better to go there. If you hit next, and then the next shot would be hit the ball over a tree to a 50-yard mark. So then you just have to vision a tree in front of you to a 50-yard mark. So perhaps a lob wedge for this one. So then you'd hit over a high lob wedge to your 50-yard mark. And then your next challenge would be hit a fade off the tee. Now all you have to do then is just vision a hole, a long iron, a wood or something like that, and hit a fade off the tee. And then the next one, and this goes on and on and on. And this one's a hit a 60-yard fairway at 200 yards. So essentially just hit 200 yards or over, but keep it in the 60-yard fairway. So you got to hit it straight. Now, the game is one of my favourites because it's giving you different shots. It's like you're on the course and you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to come next. So you can literally just play on the range. You're not like telling yourself what the shot is. This is telling you what the shot is, and then you're just like producing that shot. Now, my second favourite game on the driving range games part of the app is the Punisher. I like this game because it sort of punishes you. So if you hit a bad shot or you don't hit the shot that you want, it punishes you by giving you a different shot, and then you go back and you try get another shot. Interesting, right? So like this will say dogleg right, hit a fade over 200 yards. So it's like telling you what the hole is about. So dogleg right, you've got to hit a fade off the tee over 200 yards. Perhaps there's a bit of danger or something around, and then you just got to execute that shot. Now it says, did you do the shot? You click did it. If you didn't hit the shot, you put missed it. So for this one, we'll just say that we did it. Now the second shot is just hit a draw. Now for argument's sake, let's say we missed it. So then we put missed it. So you've missed the shot that it's asking you to do, and now it's telling you to punch under a low branch to a 50-yard mark to get back in play. So you've just missed the fairway, you've put it in the trees, now you've got to chip out basically to a 50-yard mark. Bang, there's your punishment. This shot, hit 150 yard to the pin, make at least 130 carry over water. So now you've got a picture of the hole. You're on a 150 yard par 3. You've got 130 yards to carry because there's water. So now all you have to do is, say, take what, a pitching wedge, 998 iron, something like that. If you're on the range, aim for the 150 yard mark, make sure you carry 130, and then I did it, and then you just click I did it and go through like that. I really like the game just because it mixes it up for yourself and you don't know what to expect. Now the other part of the app is where you can play virtual courses, and it actually takes you shot by shot through courses. You tell them how far you've hit a shot. So if you've just been on the range and you've hit a 200 yard, you put that in. But there's lots of other games on there. Now my two favourite games are, for this part, is the first one, which is called Rough with the Smooth. Now it tells you you're on hole 1, shot 1, hit 150 yards. Again, it's just telling you what shot to hit. Rather than you picking it and just hitting the ball anywhere, it's telling you what to hit. So I really do like that game, and I think there's a lot of potential for this game, because how many times you go onto the range and just hit balls and hit balls and hit balls? This is telling you to hit different yardages, telling you to hit different shots, and it's like you're actually on a course but practicing at the same time. I love it. So this one, hole 1, shot 2, in the rough, hit 75 yards out. Hole 1, shot 3, hit 100 yards. Hole 1, shot 4, chip 25 yards. So if you're on the driving range and you've got them little baskets in front of you at about 25 yards, just chip into one of them or chip near it or something. Just use your imagination, and I think that's the best, like the key to this app is just use your imagination, and you can, I think it's beneficial for anyone. It's fun. Maybe you want to take your kids down and like to get your kids into it, and you're just taking them to the range because they're not like long enough for the course. It's just get them doing stuff like this. Now one of the great parts of this app is that it actually does have warm-ups for you, like how the tour pros warm up. So you can literally just click onto the tour warm, and there's one with the putting in it, and then there's one without the putting. So because I'm nowhere near a putting green, I'll just go for the one which is the Tour Pro warm up with no putting. So we click on there, and literally you get to the course before a tournament or before a round of golf. It says, look, hit 60-degree lob wedge 10 times. This is how the pros warm up. If you watch DJ, he'll go through his wedges first like this. 52 degrees 12 times, hit 9 iron 5 times, 7 iron 6 times, all the way up like this. Hit driver 8 times, and then usually, I don't know why that says hit 7 iron 3 times, but it probably means the club that you're going to use on the first tee, hit that last, even if you've hit it already in your warm-up. Now you've got to remember that is just a demo, it's a prototype. This isn't what the game, I imagine he wants it to look like. He's just after a bit of feedback, and once he gets the feedback, then that's when you know to put money into something. And I think he's onto something, to be fair. I think it's a really good app. It's going to be free when it eventually does come out properly anyway, which is even better. Please give some feedback below, or go to their Facebook page, or go to their Instagram page. I'll leave links in the description below. Go show them some love. Tell them I sent you. Tell Mitchell Blades Golf sent you. And yeah, I'm going to give it a go now. Now, my favourite out of them all has got to be the Challenge Cup. I think that's my favourite. So right, let's have a go. I'll give it a good review on camera. I'm going to hit some balls and see how we get on. Now, the first shot for me is hit a 60-yard fairway at 100 yards. So all I've got to do is hit a straight shot 100 yards. Seems pretty simple, right? So 100 yards for me would probably be a 3/4 pitching wedge, little pitching wedge. So that's pretty simple to get started. Decent shot, I can say that I hit that. So my second shot will be punch under a low branch to a 50-yard mark. Again, pretty simple. Pretty simple, right? And then it goes on to harder shots, hit a 60-yard fairway at 200 yards. A little bit harder. Unfortunately, there is someone on the other end of the range, and that would be a 5-iron to me, and I probably would hit them. But this is just a quick review. I'm probably going to use this range. I'm definitely going to use the 5 apps that I use, because I think they're I think they're the best. They're the most beneficial. I'll probably use the warm-up as well now and again, like before tournaments and stuff like that. I think that's a really good thing, because not many people know how to warm up, or they want a little routine that they can just follow every time, and that just gives you on paper every time what to do. So right, thank you so much for watching this. Like I say, go have a look at the app. It's free, you don't have to pay anything. I think they do Android and Apple. So go have a look at that. Leave some comments down below if you think how it can be improved. Just like, give the guy some feedback. He needs feedback. The only way you can make this app better for you, if you have anything to say about this app, comment down below. Tell him how he can improve the app, because I really, really do think that it's got potential. Go follow his social media as well. It's DWC Golf on Instagram. Go give them a follow, tell them I sent you, and hopefully he actually makes this proper app. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.